What's up, everyone? I'm Miranda Arthur Smith, tech specialist for crypto paranormal investigations, and this is our office. One of the biggest questions we get asked is, what kind of gear do we use, how does it work, and where can you get it? So today I'm going to take you inside our tech room and show you some of the tools that we use, as well as links to where you can get some of it. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. So this is our tech room. This is where we store and maintain all of our equipment. We use a lot of tools in our research. One of the most common is an ordinary camcorder. So this is a high definition model. It records in 1080p onto an internal drive or a micro SD card. HD is very important because we want the best possible image quality. These cameras are great. They're lightweight, easy to handle, and they also support attachments like lights and microphones. We use camcorders to record interviews, document locations, as well as to attempt to capture paranormal activity. All of our camcorders have night vision mode. This allows them to see in complete darkness using reflective IR or infrared technology. Infrared is invisible to our eyes, but is capable of being picked up by these cameras. Some paranormal researchers believe that viewing the environment in this spectrum might help document paranormal phenomenon. Out of the box, the night vision mode isn't the greatest, so we often use special infrared illuminators to increase the span of the night vision range. Since the birth of smartphones, a lot of people have given up their camcorders, so eBay is a great place to pick up used or even refurbished camcorders at a discount. If you're on a budget or don't have a camcorder, you can use a smartphone to record video. Video monitoring is extremely important to us for field investigations, so the key piece of equipment that we use is a CCTV monitoring system. CCTV allows us to set up multiple cameras throughout a location and monitor them remotely in real time. CCTVs have three main components: a camera, a monitor, and then a recorder. This is one of our CCTV cameras. We use high-definition cameras which do have a night vision mode, which allows us to film in complete darkness. We can hook up 8 of these cameras to our DVR system, and it saves the data to an internal hard drive. CCTV was originally designed for security applications, and you can find some of these systems easily enough online, and some Walmarts or Home Depots will carry them. Another key piece of equipment we use all the time are audio recorders. There are hundreds of models out there, from analog cassette recorders to more sophisticated digital recorders and high-end prosumer models. We use audio recorders for documenting interviews and recording unusual sounds or anomalies, such as EVP or electronic voice phenomenon. These are sounds or voices that you don't hear with your ears, but are sometimes picked up on audio. We use both digital and analog recorders on investigation. There are drawbacks and benefits for both of these devices. With digital units, you do get a higher quality recording without having to buy or change tapes. However, analog tape recorders do seem to yield more EVPs, perhaps having to do with the magnetic sensitivity of cassette tape. If you're using a cassette recorder, it is important to have an external microphone, or else you end up recording a lot of sound from the internal mechanisms of the recorder. We like to use parabolic microphones. This is the bionic ear. Basically, it is a hypersensitive microphone with a dish that amplifies and helps pinpoint sounds. You can find digital audio recorders easily, but cassette recorders are becoming a bit harder to find, so eBay might be your best bet. One of the most important things to CPI on field investigations is measuring ambient environmental conditions, such as temperature and magnetic fields. This is one of our EMF meters. EMF stands for electromagnetic field. This unit is calibrated to alternating current fields, which will pick up things like power lines as well as appliances. Like all of our meters, this one is 3-axis, meaning it takes 3 separate readings simultaneously, giving you the true field strength of electromagnetic fields. Research shows there seems to be a correlation between areas with higher levels of electromagnetic radiation and claims of paranormal activity. These meters can easily be found online. They run anywhere from $30 to several $100s for more advanced units. One thing we don't recommend is using EMF meter apps. Testing has shown us that they are nowhere near as reliable as a factory-made meter. Not all EMF meters are the same. Different models are calibrated to measure different frequency ranges, and some can even pick up people. So if you're looking to take precise readings, it's best to do some research before buying one. Another tool we use a lot are digital thermometers. This one has a detachable probe mounted on a wand so we can use it handheld. Cold spots or cold sensations are commonly reported in allegedly haunted locations, so we keep track of the ambient temperatures very carefully. In addition to thermometers and EMF meters, we also use other tools like barometers and hydrometers to measure barometric pressure and humidity, as well as microwave and radio frequency detectors and Geiger counters. One of our long-term goals is to determine what, if any, environmental conditions are affected when someone experiences paranormal activity. Something else we frequently use on investigations are motion sensors. There are a couple of different kinds on the market. This one is a PIR, or passive infrared, and it will detect any warm body like a person, pets, or even rodents, and give an audible alarm. We like to use these where people report seeing apparitions or things move, so we can see if anything sets it off. Another tool that we use for motion detection is a laser grid. This is a laser pen with a splitter that breaks up the beam to create a grid-like pattern. We'll set this up in front of a camera. The idea being anything with mass that moves in front of the beams will cause a disturbance, giving us a visual representation. Sometimes we also use vibration sensors or geophones. These can be placed on the floor or on any type of furniture to record vibrations. When we conduct investigations, we often use thermal imaging or FLIR cameras. FLIR stands for Forward-Looking Infrared Radar. These measure and record ambient surface temperatures in video format. Thermal allows us to see pipes in walls, nesting animals, heat loss in buildings, and it can be very useful for giving us natural explanations for claims of paranormal activity. When we use these on investigations, we look for hot or cold anomalies that can't be explained. We can use these cameras handheld with an external recorder or hook them up to our CCTV monitoring system. These cameras can be very expensive, but special camera stores may have them. Out of all these tools, the most important one we use is the human mind. You can have the best equipment that money can buy, but if you don't know how to use it properly or interpret the data, then you can't really accomplish anything. When you investigate a haunted house, you want to ask a lot of questions and gather information, like interviews and historical materials, then compare that against your own experiences. Keeping an open mind, critical thinking, and objectivity are far more important than any gadget. So that's it. That's the typical gear that we use on paranormal investigations. Links to where you can get the gear that you saw here today are in the description below. Subscribe to our channel if you like what you see here, and don't forget to hit that like button. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, as well as Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.